Hey guys, it's Mike coming to you live from the Backyard Oasis here in sunny Dallas, Texas. And I've got a quick little video I'm going to shoot for you tonight. I just got home from work, got the work gear on, but I was thinking about this camera on the drive home. I don't know why I was thinking about this camera on the drive home, of all the weird things, but that's what happens when I get stuck in traffic for an hour and a half on the way home from Dallas to my house here. So we're going to talk. I've already done one review of these and talked about these, but this is a little bit different camera and I want to talk about it. And so here we go. Brownie Target 6-16. The 6-16. So I've done a video of the 620 before, but not the 6-16. So we have the new 6-16 here. Well, new to me, new-ish to me. It's been in a box. This camera is pretty cool. It's exactly like the other box camera. It's like all other box cameras. This is a pretty clean specimen here. It was pretty pristine and hadn't been dropped until literally just now as I was carrying this out here. I was carrying it by this leather strap in my finger while I was carrying the other one and my phone and this little tripod and a note here. And the strap broke and it fell right on that corner, and it makes me sad because man, this was a really clean camera. So this camera was made in around 1946 47 through the 50s, early 50s, maybe 51, somewhere around in there. And the target name on here, these target names were primarily North American based cameras. When they sold them, they sold it with the target piece on there, naming it that. I think you might be able to see some without the word target on there that might just say 6-16 or 620 on there. And anyways, this is the first one. This one came out before the 620, I believe, if my research serves me correctly. It works exactly like the 620. It's just larger. Let me hold them next to each other so you can see. So that's how big these are compared to each other. And you can notice, here's a thing. Let's see if we can get this right. You can notice how wide the 6-16 is versus the 620. What's interesting is the 6-16 takes 6-16 film. You can't get that anymore. There's some adapters that you can purchase that will allow you to take a 120 and convert it to a 6-16. And if you notice, the width is different on those. So unlike on the 620, where we talked about previously, where the rolls are very thin and they're made out of metal and you can't take a 120 and stick it into a 620, you can actually take, because this is wide enough, you can take a conventional 120 roll of film, put these little adapters on the end basically to make them wider, and put it in here and shoot with it if you wanted to. You don't want to. Trust me, it's more hassle than it's worth. These things, we talked about before, this is how you operate the shutter on this thing. This little guy here, F11, F16, that's how you adjust it. You notice that's a lot bigger there. Oh, hold on. I may have that wrong. I do have that wrong. That's the bulb. I think that's bulb. So you pull this out for bulb. And obviously, you know, nothing's marked on these things. So pull that out. That's bulb mode. Lets you shoot that. But we can shoot and see. If you pull this tab up here, I'll change it. Aperture should be a little bit different size. I can't tell with the camera here if it's bigger or smaller. Anyways, one of these is F16 and one of them is F11. What else is neat about these is they shoot, the size is 2.5 by 4.25, so 2.5, 4 1/4 size, so postcard. If you look at that, that's the size of an old school postcard. What's cool is you used to be able to shoot the film and then you do a contact print. You didn't need it larger. You literally take the negative, you cut it, you put it on the thing, and you make a light contact print directly onto a postcard paper, and you have your images. So you probably saw a lot of these in old your grandparents' photo books and different things like that, where you have like these really stylized pieces of paper. They have like a they've got a box around them, and maybe they have like a a nice curved outside cut to the actual paper and so forth. They were made with a contact print, likely from this, which is cool. Anyways, you shoot with it this way. Look through this top viewfinder here. It's pretty simple. It's got a mirror in there that reflects out to see there. A lot of times those mirrors are corroded or broken or slipped down into weird places. This one is slipped down in a weird place and not glued down. Yeah, see, you can kind of see it flipping back. And that may have just happened again. Sad broken corner. And then also has a viewfinder. You can shoot it this way and take a picture. I actually can't hold it up that way. I mean, you could, but you got to do it this way. Look down in there and shoot the picture. That mirror is completely gone. Anyways, how you open this thing, this is always interesting because some of them are tricky, some of them don't work real well, but because they're freaking old. Boom, pull this little guy up here, this little spring-loaded guy on the strap, and you pull, and in doing so, the other thing you got to make sure is you have to make sure that this is pulled out, and sometimes you got to screw it a little bit to pull it, and you get it pulled out this way, so that releases it, and then the whole thing comes apart, and here you go. So then you have your box with your red lens on the back so you can read the paper backing on your film. And then you have your 6-16 label. This is a really cool label. I kind of want to figure out how to take a picture of that, blow it up real big, and put it in my office. It's pretty neat looking. Anyways, but the 6-16 film, it's got the take-up spool and release spool on it. This is the spool. It's really thin, like the 620, but it's way wider. It's a lot wider. Actually, you know what? Let's look at them. I have the other one here. One second. Okay, we're gonna open this up. Oh, here we go. Okay. 6-16, 620. There you go. That's the difference there. Pretty crazy how wide that is. So you can buy an adapter for a 120 roll, which is this, but with the wider end caps on it, to make it to this. You don't want to. Don't bother. Anyways, let's see. We'll put that back together here. This one's interesting. It looks like somebody did a math problem on the side of this camera. So I'm not sure if this is how much it cost. That might be how much it costs. I'm not sure how to decipher that. Oh, I guess $5. So let's look at that. Maybe this is like the part number. This is an interesting little history lesson. That may be like the part number, but it was $5 for this camera, 75 cents in tax. $5.75. Pretty easy. So whoever the original owner was paid $5.75 for this. This one's in really good condition on the inside. Previous ones I've had have been kind of rusty and or had a lot of like funk in there because they get put in a barn in a box or something and kind of left out. This one, you know, this is cardboard in here. Most of this thing is cardboard. The only part that is wood is there is a piece here in the front that holds this whole thing together, that actually holds the lens. So that part back in there is wood of some sort. I'm not sure what kind of wood it is, but it's got a milled center so they can screw that lens into that, and you can actually take all this stuff apart, and it's really easy to take apart, and it's a pain in the butt to get it back together, like most things. So that's this camera. In terms of what they're worth their weight in sentimental value. These things, I've seen these things on eBay for like $500. That ain't worth a dime over $5. $5.00 US dollars. It's really worth what you'll pay for it. If you're willing to pay $500, you're an idiot. Go ahead and do that. These are not worth anything. They're just really cool looking. They're old. Yeah, I mean, 1946 to 2019. That's too much math. It's old. This one is interesting. Let me make sure before I show you this. So this one's cool. So, like we had the history lesson on the inside, this one was obviously sitting on someone's shelf. So, This one's worth a lot of money to somebody because that's the combination to a safe. Who's safe? I don't know. But that is the combination to a safe on taped on the bottom of this camera, which is pretty cool if you're just kind of into buying things like this and getting them. So somebody liked this thing enough that they set it on their mantle or a shelf somewhere, and then said, hey, the safest place to put my safe combinations on the bottom of this old camera that nobody's going to touch because it's an old camera and everybody's afraid of it. So lesson learned there for any would-be robbers. Look for this. There's probably a safe code on the bottom of it. But anyways, there's not much to these cameras. They're fun little cameras to just look at and just to kind of explore. Again, don't pay more than $5. This one was free. Somebody gave it to me. It was kind enough to give me this. But again, if there's sentimental value, I don't want to devalue that. I want to be really important about that. There's cameras that out there like these that was owned by somebody in your family, and you have a nice little book somewhere that has all of your family photos in them, and you can open it up and go, this really old photo of my grandfather in 1948 standing in front of his Ford Model A that he loved or something like that, was taken with this camera. There's some sentimental value there, and it's cool. Like I said, it's worth its weight in sentimental value. Those are cool stories that go along with these cameras. I like to try to get those kind of stories when people give me cameras like this. I want to say, hey, I actually keep I'll try to dig some out. I keep a little file folder that I keep with a lot of these cameras like this that are old, and I write down like who gave them to me, when they gave them to me, any kind of like facts that they have on them. Did they travel a lot? Did they go a lot of places? Different things like that, because I like to keep a little card with them, and just some facts to go along with the history of it, and whoever the next owner of this thing will be, because I'll probably sell it. I don't know. I don't need it, and that's the other part. That's the other hard thing about these things, is you get these cool cameras like this and people give them to you and they're neat and I like them and they're fun, but I got so many of these damn things. What do I do with them? And they're not worth anything, so I don't want to throw them away. I refuse to throw away these box cameras, so I'll probably take it down to like Don's used camera or something and see if they want it just to have. I mean, I know they rent them out and stuff like that to different places for props, and maybe I'll see if the high school or something, local high school, wants to keep it for a prop or something like that, because it's kind of cool for an old, if you're trying to get a cool nostalgic piece and a period piece, you can have a cool little thing to run out and take a picture with or something. Anyways, but that's what those things are. That's the, again, Target 6-16 box camera, Brownie box camera. The Target here is North America based. Eastman Kodak made these bad boys. They're cool. Go out and grab you one. Check it out. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, give me feedback, all that fun stuff. And I take it to heart. I've listened. I've got some info there. One thing real quick, I promised I would start putting pictures at the end of the videos from the cameras. I'm not going to on this one. I'm sorry. You're not going to get any. I'm not going to buy an adapter, and I'm not going to try to figure out how to cram a 120 roll of film into a 6-16 holder. I only have one of the holders. It's a mess and a nightmare. I'm not doing it. Sorry. But my next video, I promise, I'll make sure that there's things in there. I just recently developed 36 rolls of film, color film, and I'm in the process of scanning those. And if anybody does that themselves, which I do all of that myself at the house here, develop and scan, you know how of a laborious process that is and how long it takes. So I'm working on it, and as soon as I get to some different cameras in there, I'll start doing some more film stuff here and get you guys some more videos. So thanks again for watching, and you guys go be awesome, great people, and get out there and create art and share it with me. Hit me up on LinkedIn. LinkedIn. Sorry, I'm in work mode here. Don't hit me up on LinkedIn. You're not interested in my LinkedIn. Instagram. Hit me on Instagram. MikeLam972. MikeLam972. 972 is the area code. DFW. MikeLam972. there'll be a little thing down here on the video to kind of show you and point your way. And again, thanks for following. You guys go be awesome.